Thanks for stopping by Caliber's Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the factors of accuracy in your AR-15 platform. First thing I look at, my trigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little experiment. We've got a stock trigger group that I bought from Spikes Tactical. Love Spikes Tactical. Good stuff. But it's just they're very basic trigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to see where this trigger pulls, and we'll put a gauge on it, and then we're going to switch it out with another trigger, and it's a trigger I've heard a lot about. It's the ALG Quality Mil-Spec trigger, and we're going to try some J&P Enterprise reduced power springs in it. I've never done this, and I've heard lots about it, but thought, what the heck, it's a $10 experiment, let's do it. So let's see what this trigger pulls. This is the factory Spikes Mil-Spec trigger. As you can see, it's 7.35 pounds. So what I'm going to do is take this out, and I'm going to put the QMS ALG trigger in it, and then we'll come back and see what it does. So stick around. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw this in. I've got my slave pin in that ALG provided, and I've got a nice 3D detent pin, and we're just going to kind of tap it in. And there goes our slave pin. And so that looks like it works pretty good. We're going to go ahead and put the hammer in. We'll put our slave pin in. We've already lubricated everything, so everything's looking good there. Get this detent in here, or get the slave pin in. So there's our slave pin. Of course, you got to keep your springs on top of the other one. And we're just going to take this and push it down into place. And there we go there. We're going to push our pin in. I'm just going to tap it. Get it to go in. Sometimes you got to jiggle them back and forth. There we go. And there's your detent, and there's your slave pin. So everything looks good there. Okay, let's see what the trigger pull is on it. Okay, so here we are. We've got our gun broke down, and now it's time to find out what kind of trigger pull we're going to get out of this new trigger. So we put in an ALG trigger, we put in JP trigger springs, and JP says if you're not using one of their triggers, you should get about 4.5 pounds. So let's see what we actually get. Okay, so yeah, right there you got it. 4.5 pounds. So it did what it says it was going to do. Now we need to find out if the reduced power springs will work with my ammunition, and see if we get any light strikes. And we'll take a bunch of different ammo out and try it and let you know how it goes. So today we're going to go down to the range. We're going to fire off some rounds and see how this trigger and spring work together. We're going to take 3 or 4 different kinds of ammo. We're going to shoot, I'm actually intending on shooting a couple hundred rounds to see if we can get any light strikes. And we'll go down and shoot it, take some video, and you can see for yourself. So here we are back at the shop. We went down to the range, fired off 150, 200 rounds, 3 or 4 different kinds of ammunition, all brass case. We didn't fire any steel case ammo. And through the course of fire, we had absolutely no light strikes. That's using the new ALG trigger with the JP Enterprise springs. So to me, as long as I'm controlling what kind of ammunition I'm using and doing it right, I have no problems with the reduced power springs on the ALG trigger. Everything was great. You know, 4.5 pounds, real crisp. So it's working real good in my rifle. I'll give it a thumbs up.